Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati is back to talk about what's happening around the city. Welcome, Mayor.
Thanks, Kelly.
All right, first order of business, we got to talk about the latest tariff threats and how they may be impacting Niagara Falls.
Well, I'd say it could have been much worse. Luckily, we've been spared, and it looks like we'll be following through on the USMCA agreement. And you know what? Other countries are feeling it more than us, so I'm grateful for that. As far as tourism goes, this could be our cake and eat it too year, because a lot of Canadians are opting to do a staycation, keep their money here, and a lot of Americans are coming because their dollar goes so much farther. So this could be the opportunity like last year. Last year was a banner year. This summer could be a great year for us.
Wow, okay, yeah, I was going to ask you about tourism and if you've seen a drop, because the Niagara Falls really depends on Americans coming over. So you think that they're going to be capitalizing on the weak Canadian dollar? Yeah,
that's what's happening right now. And I can tell you, typically 25% of our visitors are from the U.S. Typically, they represent 50% of the revenue. And last year was a banner year for Americans coming. This year so far looks good. I think it's important. I think it's great. We're patriotic. We're pro-Canadian. We don't ever want to be anti-American any more than we want them to be anti-Canadian.
Right, because Niagara Falls really depends on that relationship.
We do. #1 tourist destination, 40,000 people count on tourism, and for tourists coming to spend their money to pay for their bills. So yeah, we definitely want to roll out the red carpet for everybody.
Right, and I heard that you rolled out the red carpet for billionaire Richard Branson.
I did. Richard Branson was here on Friday morning, and he came to the zip line. He was promoting his direct flights from Heathrow to Pearson, and while he was there, he took in Niagara Falls, and I asked him, I said, "Have you been here before?" He said, "Yeah." He goes, "When I was 50, I was trying to get a woman to marry me." And he said, and she did. So we are talking about some investment opportunities in Niagara Falls, and I told him when I read his book, Like a Virgin, there are two main concepts for a guy that dropped out in grade 10 and who's dyslexic, and those were good customer service and innovation. And that's how he's become a multi-billionaire in multiple industries.
Wow, and that's him right there doing the zip line.
That's him, and he's saying, "Go Canada." He is very pro-Canadian. He's a great guy, a real gentleman, Sir Richard Branson.
Very cool. So maybe some potential business ventures in Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, he was asking about a lot of things, so we're going to be talking some more.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Mayor, I hear the city is looking into adding police-monitored surveillance or security cameras in some areas of the downtown area. Have you been hearing from residents about how they feel about this, and what's been the reaction?
Yeah, people love the idea, and especially given that it'll be monitored by Niagara Regional Police. We don't want to have any blind spots. It'll be around City Hall, around the new university in our downtown, the University of Niagara Falls, also down by the GO station. That whole area is going to be covered with cameras, enhanced lighting. We want everyone to feel safe, and we want it to be safe. And the best thing is when people know they're being watched, potentially, I think they're on their best behavior.
Okay, and any idea of when that might come into effect?
Yeah, in the next few months. Before the summer, we're going to have everything up and running.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just quickly, the tolls are going up along Niagara border crossings.
Yes.
For potential, and using that increase for potential capital projects. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and I mean, it's in keeping with the rates that they're used at the Peace Bridge in Buffalo. It's actually still less than there. So, I mean, I understand they're going to be lighting up the Rainbow Bridge, and they're doing a lot of enhancements. So, I mean, it's the cost of doing business.
And let's talk about the passing of a former longtime city councillor.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. So Paisley Janvry, incredible lady. We're definitely going to miss her. You know, she was 50 years volunteering in our community. She was a city councillor, and you know, and the best thing we like to always say, and Paisley was just terrific, was we've got a beautiful trail named after her, the Paisley Janvry Pool Trail. And I used to always say, "Hey Paisley," I go, "how many people have a trail named after them?" Well, they're still alive. So she got to walk it for decades, enjoy it. And every year the Terry Fox Walk goes along her trail.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Definitely leaving behind an impact.
Yes.
So the city is hosting a community curbside giveaway.
Yes.
Is that this weekend?
It is. It's this Saturday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. So, Kelly, if you've got anything gently used you want to get rid of, because one person's junk is another person's treasure, and all you got to do is put it out the curb before 7 a.m. You can also go online on the city's website, niagarafalls.ca, or you can go on Facebook, where we're going to have you be able to list your things. So then this way you don't have to just randomly drive around streets. You can actually see some things that are going to be at the curb.
Very cool, and you can pick it up, and everything's free.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just hoping the residents don't put me out at the curb, and I get another day.
All right, Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate that.